Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Allie Parker's World, where I'm Allie Parker. So, I'm shooting this video just a little bit early, but I'm too excited. I want to know what my books for February are going to be. And I have one readathon this month. I think it's the whole month, though. So, it's no pressure. It's only 5 books. I can do as little as 5, but as many as 15. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to get 15 done. But I thought we would go over some of my reading goals in my little notebooks. So I'm going to turn the camera around. And then after that, we will play 5 rounds of Bookopoly. Unless I get doubles, which means that I have to add another book to my TBR and take another turn. And if I land in jail, not just visiting, but in jail, then I have to add another book to my TBR, and I have to read my lowest rated on Goodreads. So, let's get into this. Okay, so this is my YouTube book. I actually have a ton of video ideas, and they're all in here. Well, not over there, but in the front. They're all right there. Lots of video stuff. But this is my chart of my Future-a-thon. It's called Future-a-thon. It's on Instagram. But basically, I have to pick one of these. A favorite author, a book I think I'll love, or a new book boyfriend for me. Then, based on which one I pick, I have to do that whole row. I'm thinking a book I think I'll love, and then a 5-star prediction, a love story with a great villain, and then books others hate, but I think I'll like. I'm still working on that one, though. But I'm thinking that's the one I'm going to go for. And then moving on to my 2020 Friends Planner, Joey Tribbiani. So each month is a different theme. This month was Winter Wonderland, which you could pick a Wonderland fantasy place. You can pick Christmassy book. I might still have one more to add here, but so far I have 3. Alice in Wonderland, Through the Looking Glass, and Cinderella is Evil. I might have another one to add here before the end of the month. We will see. I still have like a week. And then February is Seeing Red. So it could be like a red cover. It could be a love story. It could be murder. It could be anything. However I want to take Seeing Red. So that is our main focus. Then I also have A to Z challenge, and I was going Z to A, but I kind of just put whatever. So it's YZCBS. So I still need the rest of the alphabet, but that's a good start, right, people? Then I have my Pop Sugar challenge, which I actually have been doing pretty good on. So a book that's published in 2020. I had an arc that I read, so I don't think it's quite out yet. It was Cries from the Lost Island. Then a book about or by a woman in STEM. I read Hidden Figures, the graphic novel. A book with only words on the cover, no images or graphics, was Zero Day. A book with at least a 4-star reading on Goodreads, 11th Plague. A book with a pink cover, The Duff. And a book by or about a journalist. It was about a journalist, where they found her, but I did end up DNFing it. Which, you guys aren't supposed to know that until the wrap up for this month, but that is all that I have on here. So, let's get into the game. Now, there is a video on how to play, but, it's like Monopoly. I have different challenges depending on where I land. So, that'll be pretty fun, I think. let's get into this. 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, a favorite author of mine. Man, my favorite authors have been disappointing me lately with the books I've been choosing by them. So, I will pick Stephen King, I think. So for my first roll, I rolled favorite author, and even though when I was playing I said I was going to pick Stephen King, I found something better. So I'm going to pick Allegiant by Veronica Roth because she's one of my favorite authors, and I don't think I've ever read Allegiant. If I have, I don't remember it. I do remember reading Divergent and In Surrogate, but I have not read this one yet. And after, maybe I'll read 4, but that'll be in a different video if I end up doing that. But Allegiant by Veronica Roth is my first. All right. Now we're going to do roll number 2. 5. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and I'm just visiting jail. I'm not in it. So that means I get to pick the highest rated on my Goodreads TBR shelf. All right, so this is my collection. And let's do average rating. Okay, so the best rated is Lux Beginnings, Obsidian and Onyx, and I've already read Obsidian this month, so Onyx is the next in the series, so that is actually really awesome. So for my second roll, I got my highest rated on my TBR shelf. Actually, I got Just Visiting Jail, which means the highest rated on my TBR shelf, which is the second book in this series. I believe there's 4 of them, but I only own the first 2. So if I like the second one, I'll have to get the other 2. All right, moving on to our third roll. 11. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so A to Z means that I pick a random letter from my A to Z jar. Alright, so this is my A to Z jar. So, just move it around. And my letter is R. So I have to find a book that either starts with R or the author's name starts with R. For R, I picked All Over Creation by Ruth Ozaki. And all I know about this one is that it's about this girl that goes back to Idaho where her family has a potato farm. So, all right, we got 2 more rolls left. 5. An ebook. Ooh. Okay, funny story. I got a Kindle for Christmas, and I didn't know that I already had almost 200 books on my Amazon Kindle account. So let me pick. So for my 4th roll, I got ebook. So I'm going to pick The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. I've heard so many good things about Riley Sager, and I just really wanted to try one book. And my last roll, unless I get doubles or go to jail, is not doubles. It's an 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so crime, thriller, or mystery. And it says reading sampler challenge. So basically, that's when I try a chapter of a few different books in that genre. And then depending on which one I like the best for the first chapter, I keep reading whichever one sounds best after that. And I've seen a lot of people do it. Usually they do like 5 to 7 books. I don't want to get super crazy because I do have school around this, so I didn't think this one through. How about I do 4 books? I do 4 reading sampler challenges of the crime. Let me go pick. All right, so for the last roll, I got the reading sampler challenge, crime, mystery, thriller type books. So I actually picked 5 because I just really want to read all 5 of these. And I only have to read the first chapter. So the first chapters might not be super long. I don't know. Maybe they will be. I haven't checked yet. But I have 5 here that I really want. So the first one, I am totally obsessed with true crime. I probably watch too much like I don't even know what it's called now. True Daily News? No, it's not that. I don't know. But I watch a lot of true crime stuff and I love to read about it. The first one is The I-5 Killer by Anne Rule. And I used to live here and I've seen the movie of the I-5 Killer and I love anything to do with him. I think that it is horrible what he did, but I love learning about it. So, choice number 1, which I will be reading the first chapter of. Then I have Shadow State. And it's about Bryn, this girl right here, who has gone into a deep depression during college. And then she starts having flashbacks and remembering that she was abducted when she was little. And now the people that she thinks are her family are really her abductors. And this is kind of her story of coming to terms with that and finding that out. Sounds amazing. Then Losing Leah is about Leah and this other girl. They're twins. And Leah went missing when she was 6 years old, and now they're 16, and her twin is starting to feel like things, and she kind of feels drawn somewhere that she's never been, and she thinks that it could be because Leah's still alive, but I don't know all that much. Then Final Vows, Murder, Madness, and Twisted Justice from California. And I haven't been telling you who these are by. I'm so sorry, but by Karen Kingsbury. And this is the true story of Carol and Dan. They met in prison, they got married, and then a few years later, there was a robbery at their house, and Carol ends up dead. And then evidence shows that Dan staged the robbery and killed his wife. So that sounds intense. Now, Losing Leah, I already told you what it's about, but it's by Tiffany King. Shadow State is by Eliza Braden. Elsie Braden. Sorry if I say those wrong. And then I told you who the I-5 Killer is. Then the last 1 chapter reading to figure out which book I'm going to actually read is The Third Victim by Philip Margolin. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. But Philip Margolin. The Third Victim. So it takes place in Oregon. So I already love that. And the third, who they presume to be the third victim of this kidnapper, adult napper, I don't know, but he kidnaps women and he brutalizes them for like a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then he finally kills them. But the third victim got away on, I want to say like day 3 or something. But she got away 1 day before he was supposed to kill her. I honestly don't know exactly how long the timeline is, obviously. But first it takes place in Oregon. Second, the synopsis just sounds amazing. And then this is kind of the third victim's story, and she's kind of going to the police and she knows what house it was. So she's trying to get justice for her and the other two. And it just sounds amazing. So I'm very excited for this month. So this is my reading list for February. And I have one book on my Kindle that's not here right now, but this plus one other book. The only thing is that these 5, I only have to read one of them from start to finish, and I have to read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least the first chapter of each of these. But then say that I like the first chapter in this one best, then I have to read that whole book. So we'll just go like this. That's not that bad. Plus one book on my Kindle. So I hope you enjoyed my February TBR. And if you did, give this video a like. And I will start playing Bookopoly every month. Thank you for watching.